welcome back to Food and Whatever. This is Christina, your host again. Today we're actually going to twist it. It's going to be a simple, very simple, out of the blue dessert. Can I tell you that exactly how it's going to taste? Because it just popped in my head, but I just wanted to try it out. So hopefully, and God, please, it will be very good. So I went ahead, and my mom today gave me some pears. A lady has a pear tree and brought her some pears. So this is straight out of the tree pear, not one of those, I don't know where they grew and how long and fast they grew pears. So I went ahead and I cut the pear and I cored it, which you don't want to have none of those core, because you don't want none of that seeds in there or anything like that. And I went ahead and diced them down, like so. I'm just demoing this because I already have some cooking, and I dumped it into a saucepan with a tablespoon of butter, a quarter cup of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of sugar, and set it to cook around medium high because I want the pears to be nice and tender. The reason I'm doing it ahead is because it's taking a little bit of time because the pears that I got are a little bit tough. They're not as soft as some of the pears that you might find in your local grocery stores. They are ripened, they are sweet, the flesh is just a little bit tougher than other ones. So as you can see, they've been cooking for a while and they are tender to the consistency. Now I don't want my pears to be falling apart too much. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in my glass container so that way I can put it in the fridge to cool off. I don't want this hot in my pie because I'm making it out of pudding. So, and I don't want my pudding to start melting and looking watery. So we're going to put this in the fridge in a minute. Along with that, I went ahead of time, because it does take a bit of time, I went ahead and made instant pudding, Jello's white chocolate instant pudding. I did, instead of following the directions that they asked for, about 2 cups of milk or a cup and 3/4 of milk, I went ahead and did a cup and 2/3 of milk. Whisked it, put it in a bowl, and let it get it very, very thick. As you can see, it ain't going anywhere because later on I will be adding whipped cream to make this light and airy. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in my fridge because I want this cooled off so I can go ahead and mix it in. So over here I have a few strawberries that I'm right now taking off the little stem and the little core. It's really easy. I have a paring knife and all I'm doing is going around the little top, and as you can see, it has a little hole in the middle. It has a little stem, which I won't eat it at all. It's just a few strawberries. Be mindful that you will need to keep a couple of strawberries to probably make some fans like I showed you the last time for that dessert. So now that I'm done with those, I'm going to go ahead and cut them up. I'm using a small knife piece of small strawberries, so I don't need that big old piece of metal to cut them. And as you can see, I want nice pieces of strawberries. I don't want tiny little pieces. I don't want my strawberries to hide within the mixture. So I do want large pieces in them. I'm just going to go ahead and cut them, all of them. I love strawberries, but I know that right now it's kind of season for them, so if you cannot get fresh strawberries, you're more than welcome to get other berries, blueberries, raspberries, or if you cannot afford, just get the frozen ones, the whole ones, and let them thaw out good. To make sure that there's not so much liquid. So now, with the magic of YouTube, my pears are cool, completely cooled down. I was glad guys actually stopped videotaping so this could go cool down. Now we're going to be adding whipped cream cheap version of the whipped cream, and we are going to be adding it to the pudding that I had made a bit earlier. After I mix all this, we're going to add the fruit. We're going to dump it into the graham cracker crust. Yes. So this is the cheap version too. So what we want to do is, you want to start off with maybe a quarter of the tub, and it's not a big tub, this is the smallest tub that I could find. So we are going to fold it, and you can mix it in, but try to fold it in so that the consistency can be nice and soft, and your whipped cream won't be all broken down in your pudding. This will make your pudding or anything that you have like a very thick custard very nice and fluffy and airy, like you will have probably in a silk pie or mousse. Alright, so I've added about half of this container. So now I want to go ahead and add in my strawberries. I also want to add in my pears. And you want all the liquid and all that. You don't want to drain them. You want to keep that flavor in there. We're going to fold it in. And if you don't want to make this into a pie, that's fine too. You can actually have this and put it in a glass, a wine glass actually. I'm going to show you guys real quick. Have a nice little wine glass. You can actually spoon it in if you do not want to make it into a pie. You can kind of put it into a glass. Already also sliced in a pear, and we want to take off the stem because you want the whole dish to be edible. And I'm cutting it in half and then trying to make a tiny little fan out of this strawberry. You see how tiny it is and very nice looking? You want to make it little senda. Husbands, this will be really easy and really, really nice to make your wives or your girlfriends for a nice dinner, romantic little thing. It doesn't cost a thing, practically. So now, boyfriend, yeah? So now we're going to add this to your pie. You're going to spread it out, and you're going to let it set into your fridge. And if you want to, actually, you can even probably freeze it, make it into a semi-frozen pie. So since it's going to take a minute, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my freezer. So I'm going to make it more of a frozen pie than anything. So it's going to go in here. And since that's going to be sitting there for a while and I won't be able to touch it until tomorrow morning, I am going to go and taste the one that I made. Nice. You can even add a little nice mint sprig and make it look really nice for parties, dinners, anniversaries, weddings. If you have very small weddings, you can actually make it into weenies or whatever. This is your white chocolate, strawberry, pear custard that I made. And as you can see, it looks really, really nice. So I guess it's time to taste this little puppy. This stuff is good, man. But, alright, so as you can see, it's a very simple dish. I hope you enjoy it, have fun, and always, always hit me up on Facebook, YouTube. I'm searching on this. This is really good. On YouTube, Facebook,